I'm super long on South Africa. I think we're the best country in the world by quite a long way.
Super long on South Africa.
Yeah, long bet.
Sure.
In real terms, like Africa is where it's at for the next 200 years. Because I mean, like there are growth quotients that are kind of unmatched in other parts of the world that are remaining in Africa. I think we have a tremendous amount of demographic growth potential. We've got physical, geographic features that make this place uncomparable and that can't change, even with climate change. We've got, on the climate change front, we've got a huge, huge natural heritage of endemic species. We only have them here that are untapped, undescribed even. Like we have species all over the Western Cape that are undescribed. Like no one has, quote unquote, discovered them in the scientific sense, giving it a Latin name and putting it in a journal. And we think about the fact that the world is changing, that climate is going to change over the course of the next 100 years, which means temperature bands are going to shift, which means the plants that we've domesticated for our industrial and agricultural needs over the course of the last 150 years will become, some of them will become less and ultimately not useful at all. You consider that and the fact that we have 6,000 species that are only found here that we've not begun to consider commercializing or investigating in any way. Like we have, in this country alone, we've got crazy natural IP that can still be leveraged for all sorts of purposes. And that's just one country. And that's true of like most African countries, really. And then specifically South Africa, I mean, part of the thing is just like an emotional attachment to my home. Like I love this place, and I recognize how amazing the people are and how amazing the place is. Again, going back to how big it is, it's so incredibly varied. And I'm very passionate about nature and the bush in general. And the natural world of South Africa is, wow. Like no amount of bad politicking or any kind of disaster is going to change the proximity of Table Mountain to the sea, ever. You know, like it's there, and it's going to stay like that. You know, like I think the worst case for South Africa is that at least some parts of it stay the best place in the world. You know, like,
that's the worst case scenario.
It's a pretty good prognosis.
Yeah.
So that's my bet.